Hey, welcome back. A special guest with us this morning on this Veterans Day. Milton Mapou is a World War II veteran. And, you know, you were there for Pearl Harbor. You were
Yes,
there
ma'am.
December 7th. You
Yes.
saw all of it happening.
Yes.
And you remember it well.
I do. I remember running topside after we heard the explosion. I had my tray in my hand, just getting ready to eat. I put that down. I ran topside, and as I ran topside, here comes a plane. And I look, and the guys behind me are yelling, "What is it? What is it?" And I yell back, "Meatball, meatball, Japs." And as that plane's coming in, he was so low, I could see the pilot's face as I see your face. He was sitting there with a big smile on his face. And by that time, he dropped a torpedo. And it went right across our bow into Fort Island. So we happened to be lucky he missed us.
He missed you,
Yes.
but you were hurt in this.
Not at Pearl Harbor, no. I didn't get hurt until the Solomon Islands and then Okinawa.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Which one would you like?
Let's hear when you were hurt, because we were talking about this earlier and everything that happened after that.
In Okinawa, we were out on the picket station, and we're firing at these planes coming in. They were kamikazes. And we're right on this one plane, and we're shooting right at it, and you can see the bullets going right into it, but we couldn't knock it down. It was coming in out of the sun, and as he got closer, he got out of my view where I couldn't fire anymore, and I told the gun crew to take over. And about that time, he hit the ship right behind #1 stack and cut us in half, and the ship was going down in a V shape. And when I came to, my foot was up here. So I couldn't do anything, and the men was yelling, "Abandon ship." And I just laid there until somebody came down and inflated my life belt, and he says, "Mapou," he says, "that's all I can do for you." And over the side he went. Next thing I knew, I looked up into the sky and I prayed to God. I said, "Dear God, get me off this damn thing." Next thing I knew, I was in the water. And I got away from the ship before it went down, so the suction wouldn't take me down with it. And life raft was out there, and I just grabbed onto that life raft and held onto that life raft for 2.5 hours until they picked us up.
And you survived.
And I survived.
And you said the most pain that you ever felt was when they said that you couldn't serve anymore.
Well, that was at the end of the war, not the end of the war, but after I was well in the hospital. They came to me and told me I was being discharged, and I says, "Wait a minute, I'm regular Navy." And they said, "That's too bad, that's you're unfit for sea duty, so out you have to go."
And on this Veterans Day, I just want to ask you one more question, because there are so many vets out there who are just like you, who have seen a lot of things, and you're now in your 90s, and you remember this like it was yesterday, but I want you to talk to the veterans out there and their families right now, and just a little bit of advice from someone who has survived so much.
Well, just bear with it and just keep going and take the good with the bad. You've seen a lot of bad stuff in the service, and you're out now, and I think get out there and work in your community, help other people like I'm trying to do myself.
And you've been doing it for some time, sir. We thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
And for coming in this morning. I could probably talk to him all day. I think you probably could too. You volunteer. Where do you volunteer, just in case anyone wants to
I
follow up with
volunteer
you?
twice a week at Mott's Military Museum in Groveport.
Perfect. And if you want to visit him, that's exactly where he'll be after this interview.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.